Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 16th to May 22nd, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, be sure to check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So this week is kicked off by a super flower moon in Scorpio that, when passing through the Earth's shadow, will be a total lunar eclipse blood moon. This intensified supermoon may kick up some sudden changes with the eclipse, exposing what's hidden. So in this first column, we're looking at what is undergoing transformation in your life. You have Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. You also have the Six of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. In this middle column, we look at discovering what's hidden. You have Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. You have Seven of Swords, Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands. And in this last column, we have advice from your future self. We have Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. You also have the Tower, the Emperor, which is your card Aries, and Six of Pentacles. So let's go through the meanings and we'll do some further clarifications. So with the Sandpiper Spirit, be playful, it's a sense of, perhaps you've been feeling a little bit of stress, you've been focusing on making things happen. So let's see what transformation is going on. You have the Six of Swords is a sense of a transition. So some of you may be healing after some type of disappointment, maybe a fight, some type of miscommunication, perhaps even a relocation. So you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a sense of, curiosity, getting more information. Their sense of play is kind of, can be immature, kind of doing things without really knowing exactly how to do it. Like, taking a toy out of a box and just, I think of the Page of Swords as having like, a lightsaber play sword, and they pull it out of the package and just start swinging it around without reading the instructions. And then the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit more slow. It's a lot slower than the Page of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who would read the instructions. They would read the fine print. They would even, register the, the product, the toy or whatever, to make sure that the warranty applies. They basically kind of are reliable, responsible, and do things by the book. Excuse me. So it can be that this transformation you're undergoing is, you may have had some kind of difficult situation that you're moving on from. You're not really exactly seeing the end goal or the exact destination, but you are definitely focused on making your way forward. You're definitely being intentional and thoughtful about what it is you kind of for each next step, you are definitely being aware of your footing going forward. With the Page of Swords, it could be, possibly a sense of um, trying to, make things at least interesting as you're going forward. So, um, being a little bit more, maybe, take a little bit of time for yourself to have some fun. Perhaps if you need to do research on something, do it in a way where, your imagination is a little bit more um, stretched, or your creativity is a little bit more stretched. Maybe use colored pencils or colored paper. If you need to, type something out, use a brightly colored font, listen to music, listen to books on tape, and sunbathe at the same time, something along those lines. So here I'll go ahead and start clarifying. Why not? Let's take a look at the Six of Swords here. You have the Nine of Cups. So definitely a focus on self-care, your happiness, your ability to feel fulfilled. And for some of you, this could even be like, looking for a new job even. Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Swords. So definitely, like I said, looking at each next step with a sense of clarity, and really thinking about your move as you go forward. And it seems that, you are actually achieving what you want to achieve, even though you might not have, perhaps you know exactly where you're going and it's going to be some time to get there. But, a lot of us don't really have the exact endpoint in mind. We just know we want to feel good. We want to be happy. We want to diminish our suffering, anybody else's suffering, and, be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. So let's take a look at this Page of Swords here. You have the Hermit. So if you have been withdrawing a little bit to focus on what you need to focus on, maybe send a email or a short text message, even just an emoji to someone. But basically, it's a sense of transforming to be more confident. It could be that you are just withdrawing and feeling that you need to protect yourself with this, Ace of Swords. But in the process, it seems that there is going to be some kind of good news when it comes to you trying to, what is it? Work smarter, not harder type of thing. So in this middle column of discovering what's hidden, this Dust Devil moving out of stagnation. Maybe you are kind of already in this hermit stage, or not really doing much, and this moving out of stagnation is really kicking things off, where you are possibly having some like conflicts, discomfort, and that's just because you are doing things differently, and that there is some type of change going on. And looking at the discomforts, looking at what is messy, that will help you to identify what you want to get rid of, what you want to keep, and go along with this sense of clarity. With the Seven of Swords, it is a sense of something not being revealed, something being hidden. The Eight of Cups is walking away from what no longer serves your best and highest good. It's that, pile of books on a bookshelf that are collecting dust that you haven't touched in 10 years, but maybe one day they'll come out for some purpose. And with the Eight of Wands, it's a sense of really needing to progress and move forward, even if you don't necessarily know the direct target. The Eight of Wands are usually shown in some type of mid-air, parallel, targeted movement, but don't really show where they're going to land. And you don't know if something's going to come by, if, a huge pterodactyl is going to come by and get in the way of it actually landing where it needs to land. But, in the number 8 is about progress and advancement. And it also allows for, kind of last minute changes and adjustments. So let's see what's going on with this Seven of Swords. Like what might be hidden or needs to be revealed. Seven of Swords can also be like liar, stealer, cheater card as well. And when you've got the Eight of Cups walking away of something that's not for your best and highest good, and you have the Six of Swords, which is a transition, moving away from, turbulence, going into more calmer, smoother water ahead. To some degree, it could be that moving out of stagnation, you have to be able to recognize those people that might not be for your best and highest good. So let's see, Seven of Swords. What do we got? We got the Three of Pentacles here. So for some of you, I'm going to move these up. For some of you, this may have to do with like coworkers, people that you work with, and, perhaps a concept of if you start looking at things that have been not really addressed for a while, you might see, oh, hey, this is something that I worked on. Now someone else is working on this. How come that person's name is on it and not mine? That's kind of what I'm sensing, is something that is hidden. It was perhaps a discovery of something that happened at work. Maybe an idea was taken. Maybe someone was trying to cut corners. And maybe people didn't really care. Let's see here. Eight of Cups. The Twins. So I think it's just that I'm holding this deck upside down. I'm flipping it a different way. Okay. The Twins or the Lovers card. Okay. So for some of you, this could be a love situation where you need to kind of consider either leaving a partnership. It could be a business partnership, love. So the only other cups is the Nine of Cups, which is about you feeling good about yourself and doing the right thing. I don't really see any other cards to indicate this is like a love situation as opposed to maybe a work situation, some type of working with another person in some type of partnership. And so the Eight of Cups is either kind of moving things around, and, recognizing what needs to be fixed, what needs to be let go of, or possibly leaving the situation altogether. So let's look at the Eight of Wands. You have the Ten of Cups. So, if what is hidden has you moving on, leaving things entirely, or just readjusting some things. Maybe it's a temporary walking away and reflection thereafter. Once the dust has settled, dust devil has settled. But the Ten of Cups here, you have happiness, joy, your sense of what happiness is for you, your friends, your family, your community, your people, your tribe. Also, with the Ten of Cups, it is kind of like fortune after a time of difficulty. And these colors of the rainbows kind of represents the varying degrees of emotions that we all experience. And to some degree, the Ten of Cups is the ability to go through these different emotions, experience those emotions, recognize them, and be able to kind of greet those emotions, experience them, and if need be, work past them. There's times when we're happy, we're not happy 24/7. We might be bored, we might be anxious, but just recognizing the different emotions and being able to still come to a place of joy and happiness is also, to me, a concept of the Ten of Cups. So to some degree, in this section of, discovering what's hidden, it could be your ability to make decisions for the long term where people can bring out your best and most your talents and help you shine and have you be happy. And it kind of requires leaving something that might not be for your best and highest good. So here, journey by moonlight, believe in magic, advice from your future self. It is basically kind of saying you might not have a clear path ahead, but believe that good things are going to happen. Don't just think terrible things are going to happen. Don't let doubt, fear, and anxiety come in. You have the Tower, the Emperor, and Six of Pentacles. So the Tower is this divine intervention kind of knocking you off whatever foundation you did have. And this could be related to the Six of Swords situation. But it strips down those kind of false beliefs so that you have to put building blocks, like a foundation of building blocks together that serve you, that serve your purpose for your best and highest good. And with the Emperor, it really is a sense of you coming into your confidence, being able to create the healthy boundaries that you'll need to create going forward. So you might avoid certain situations in the future where you are feeling that you need to heal, feeling that you have not wasted your emotions and time, but because we're always learning, but a sense of having gained knowledge from those experiences, which leads to your wisdom, your hermiting here. The Six of Pentacles is really about sense of balance and harmony, balancing wants and needs, and charity. So if you, in your process after your tower, you need some help, then definitely ask people for help. Seems with the Eight of Wands, like I said, and the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords, um, this might involve some type of move. And it seems like you're going to be happy. You might even have support right now to help you. So if you need help, ask for help. If you are in a position to provide help, then definitely offer help. So let's take a look at this tower here. You have the Four of Cups, which is, kind of not feeling fulfilled, not feeling that you have what you want, and kind of focusing on, I guess, to some degree, the wrong things, because it leaves you unaware of potential gifts, potential opportunities. So one of the messages for the Four of Cups is to have gratitude, appreciate the small things. So if you are on this journey of, where you were wasn't so great, and you're not exactly sure where you're going next, and you don't have a this or you don't have a that, focus on what you do have. You have your, you know, your control of your mind and your bodily functions. You have a place to stay for that night. You're breathing fresh air. You have something to eat, like even those small things. And once you look at the small things, it starts expanding out, and you'll start to see more what you have. This, to some degree, this also could be like like a sense of possibly even like getting laid off. It's definitely, to me, more work related. Even though you do have the Ten of Cups, it seems to be more work related than relationship related. Although, it could be, if this is a relationship, maybe the Knight of Pentacles was looking, for something a little bit different than the Page of Swords here, which is, like I said, a little bit of an immature energy. But you've got the Emperor here. So let's take a look at the Emperor. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is investing in something that you're not exactly sure how it's going to turn out. You have certain hopes and expectations. If this is also an assessment aspect of, I guess, a time to assess. What is it that you want to keep investing? What don't you want to invest? Definitely setting up boundaries for yourself. If you go into a certain, what's the word? Task, journey, investment, job, and you start that with just wanting to invest purely from the heart, as opposed to, well, I expect if I do A, B, and C, I'll get Z squared. If you have those certain expectations, but without your heart being focused on it, then you might consider not really pursuing and investing more in what you started out with. If you do, truly have your heart invested in what you're doing, then you just keep doing the work that it needs, and wait for the long-term, rewards for that. And the Emperor is, again, like it's another card reflective of the Hermit, about really putting in the work, gaining wisdom, and understanding what's worth investing in. The Emperor is about protection, authority, and they have to be able to delegate tasks. They have to oversee things. They have to understand management of resources, who gets what, give and take, things like that. So let's look at the Six of Pentacles. With this Believe in Magic, Journey by Moonlight, it almost is a sense of your future self is saying, just keep going, like keep investing in it. It's going to turn out to be what you want. And for right now, just focus on the wants and needs, and don't necessarily focus on the expectations. So you have the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So sixes are about balance and harmony. And if you need help, then it seems like, people that were willing to help you in the past are willing to help you now, and vice versa. And to some degree, it's almost as if, it's almost as if there's a sense of like gardening or landscaping going on, that might kind of ease the process. If you don't have a lot of resources at this time, or then, definitely an activity that is fun, that is kind of slow moving pace, but also a sense of, curiosity, is learning something new, like gardening. That just kind of popped out, possibly because it's Believe in Magic here that has these flowers popping up, as well as fairies. And maybe you wanted to maybe stick a gnome in your garden, something along those lines. But it does seem like for this week, things are going to get stirred up for you. Definitely the intensified supermoon kicking up sudden changes and exposing what's hidden seems to be in effect. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.